let me pull it up. How are you going to stop a 6-man front? The play will never have enough time to develop. Now, are you talking about in the 4-4 Reaper defense? Because with a lot of teams, they got this 6-man front going. We just take it to them. Now they're really playing into what we like to do, which is wear out that offensive line. So, we'll run, Alabama blitz, which is one of my personal favorites. Then we hit them with twists and stunts and things of that nature, because again, we're wearing out that offensive line. We're creating confusion. And guys, I love to wear out these two guards in that center. I love to wear out them two guards in center. Have y'all ever played a game like on Super Nintendo? I'm going old school. I'm going 90s, right? Like, you ever played a game on Super Nintendo and you had to you was fighting the boss, but you had to hit the boss in the middle to weaken him, and he may lose an arm or lose a piece of armor, and you still taking it to the boss, like this old school Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo, Sega Genesis kind of stuff. Like, I like to wear out this middle right here. I like to wear it out because, number one, the center holds the ball more than the quarterback. If this center don't want to play and he rattled and shook, they in trouble. If these guards are worn out and tired and they don't want to block no more, they're in trouble. And so what that's going to create is free reign for your middle linebackers to go and freaking eat. So we like to attack. And I'm going to tell you our simple responsibilities, man. Our middle linebackers know their responsibility is to make sure that quarterback soul is taken. Okay. Our outside linebackers' responsibility is to make sure the running back soul is taken. So literally, our reapers, our middle linebackers, are reaping the souls of the quarterback, while our outside linebackers are reaping the soul of the running back. Let me make it even more clear. I'm cooking. I'm about to cook some good stuff for y'all. I'm about to give y'all some game. So let me make this really simple for you guys, okay? Really simple. Our defensive end and our outside linebacker, they're looking to stop this running back. That's on both sides. Our defensive ends and our outside linebackers, we're going for the running backs on both sides. Okay? Our interior, our defensive tackles, our interior linebackers are going for that quarterback. To make it simple, to dumb it all the way down, that's what we like to do. It doesn't mean that we don't change our scheme or our looks, because we do. For example, we got a Thor blitz here, right? Thor blitz, now we're flooding, right? We're flooding a side. Especially we're going against these teams where we know they're weak on one side, or they wore out, or the team got a tendency to run to a certain side of the field. Then we'll start incorporating our Thor blitz in there, guys. And we're beginning to create problems, right? If we're going against a team that has a really good quarterback, like he's a really legit good dual threat guy, especially a dual threat guy, that's when we will go to a double QB spot. And usually what I do, guys, I'll call an audible for one of my interior linebackers. This is my captain. This is my co-captain. That's literally their nicknames usually. And I may say to my captain, Alabama. When I say Alabama, he just knows he's going to do an A-gap blitz. So he's going to come out of that QB spy, and he's going to do a Alabama blitz. I can say co-captain Alabama, and he know what he's going to do, right? Or I can say, let's see, I can say co-captain Cali, and he 9 times out of 10, I won't do it like this when I know we got two guys already crashing the C-gap. But I say Cali, he know where to go. He know he's going to hit this C-gap. That's how we do it. All right, let me answer this question on TikTok. Coach Murph says, what do I do with 16 kids that don't understand the game at all? They are just jellos. Well, As the coach, you got to teach it to them, coach. You got to make it simple, simple, simple. Make it simple as hell. You know, if I was in your shoes, and I've been in your shoes before, I'm teaching my kids on offense two blocking concept, drive blocking, down blocking. Simply put, then I'm focusing on them getting good running 3 to 4 plays, especially if they're like a younger age group. Coach, like, let me see. Yeah, like if they are really like young age group, coach, man, just have them kids run 3 or 4 plays, sweep, dive, off tackle, and then you do maybe a counter. And then you can throw maybe one pass, have one pass play, but keep it simple as hell. Make sure them kids learn the fundamentals. If they don't know what the hell they doing, teach, critique, repeat the hell out of them kids. Okay, teach, critique, and repeat the hell out of them kids. That's how you do it there. All right, guys. Let's see. Coach Milton says, Mike Tyson punch out. Man, y'all know how the man look. Y'all know if y'all were born in the 90s or 80s babies and all of that, man, y'all know, man. Them Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis games were legit. And literally, like, I got my mind so crazy. My mind's so crazy that, you know, I think like that when I'm like scheming against certain teams. Like, okay, where's their strength? Where's their weakness? What can we exploit? You know, based on how weak they are, how can we wear them down? That kind of stuff. Because the last thing y'all guys want to do, y'all don't want that quarterback and that running back to get comfortable, man. You don't want them to get comfortable at all. Another question from TikTok. Coach Murphy again says, "Do you do travel ball?" Man, I coached travel ball before. Me personally, I didn't like it. That's just me personally. Um, but I have done it before. I do like the fact that when you travel, it gives the kids a little bit more of a sense of what they're going to experience at the high school level, JV level, and even junior high levels. But I love rec because I'm able to focus a little bit more on football, right? At least in the travel league I was in, it just was too much politics, too much BS going on. And I hated the culture, you know, when you got parents start gambling and over their kids' games, and that BS is just ridiculous. So I don't like to be a part of that. I don't like my kids and my people in my programs to be associated with that kind of stuff. So that's kind of us. Great question. Great question. Yeah, man. Like I would take rec over travel or elite youth football all day, every day. And I take it because I like the structure. I like the structure. You know, at least, you know, here locally, I can't speak for everybody's rec leagues, but at least on the rec level, a lot of those rec leagues don't tolerate a lot of BS. You know, parents gambling for over games and fight all these fights and stuff. I know you can only control what you can control, but at the same time, when let me put it like this: when it's a bad thing when you say we are an elite youth football league, and the first thing coming to your mind is, "Oh, these cats about to fight, or they cheat in this league, or you know, they they're causing all kind of drama." And it's sad because all you got to do is go on social media and see a lot of these elite youth football leagues and stuff, and see what goes on. Man, it's too much crap that goes on. And the last thing I want to do, I wouldn't put my daughter in any my daughters. I got 3. I wouldn't put none of them in a league where their safety is jeopardized whatsoever. But week after week, time after time, you can go on YouTube right after this show. Literally, my freaking IG live has been banned because I showed a league that had a kid score a touchdown and hump the freaking ground. Right now, my IG live is suspended for a year because I showed that crap. You know what I'm saying? So if that's not alarming and that don't tell you something, I don't know what to tell you, right? I don't know what to say about it. That's not a good that's not a good thing. And I'm not saying all rec leagues are bad because I don't know all rec leagues, right? But if you gave me a blue pill and a red pill, if you gave me a blue pill and a red pill and you said, well, The blue pill is elite. The red pill is red. I'm choosing the red pill all day, every day. Simply put. All right, let me see. Coach Vernon says, how do you deal with an off-balance offensive formation? Just shift the linebackers over? No, coach. Literally for us, we're going to dictate everything, right? Like, let's say they run in some nasty stuff like this. Let's say some kind of unbalanced eye or something like this. What we usually would do in this situation, coach, to be honest with you, we'll run like we'll either shift into our 6-2 defense because we're trying to occupy the gaps. We know this guy is probably going to lead block most of the time. He's lead blocking out. He's lead blocking straight forward. He's doing some moving, right? So we would either shift into our 6-2 savage defense, or we can play monster on this kid or on this team, or we can go Mayday. Our objective, though, when we're doing this, and you know, we're trying to win the trenches, right? So our objective is to occupy the gap, create clutter, right? It's very similar as to if we was running like, let's say the Beast offense, for example. Let me drop the Beast real quick. So it's similar as if the Beast formation was set up, right? And it's something like, oh, guys, I'm moving stuff, and there we go. My bad. So it's just as if a team was running the Beast offense, right? Well, we know that if we don't occupy this front line, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Okay? So we want to occupy the gaps, guys. Occupy. Because when you occupy the gaps, what happened, guys? Let me know. When you occupying those gaps, what happens? Now, we'll may shift this guy over. What happens when we occupy the gaps? Just let me know. About to totally dismantle the playbook here. Let me know when we occupy the gaps. What happens? Miss B says, Rick is less drama. Facts. Big facts in my experience too. Hey, if the center can't be covered, coach, you can just have your guy play back over on that weak side A gap. If you can't be directly in the A gap, you can have them head up. I think that's a 2 technique right there. 2 tech. You can have them lined up like that. Or what I recommend you guys to do, especially if you're going against like a team that's running like the Beast offense, for example, you play the formation. You don't play the field, okay? I'm going to say that again. You play the formation. You don't play the field, because if you play the field and you got these guys out here, why play the field? This guy's just out here like he don't know what the hell he doing. Just have him a little tighter, just in case there is a counter, somebody back there, right? Because if you're playing against us and we're running the beach, we're going to tear you up. Like if you don't have nobody back there, we just audible from the line of scrimmage, and my quarterback just cooked. He'll just cook back there. So that's what we typically do in these situations. But if like you're going to get something like the Beast, which is just a dominant single wing, unbalanced stacked offense, man, you want to create clutter. So this guy is supposed to run this way. He don't know where to go because it's clutter. So he's trying to figure out what to do. He tried to bounce it back. And this guy still may get maybe 1 or 2 yards, but it's better than getting, 8 to 10 yards or a touchdown, right? So you create clutter. It's similar to Rugsby, man. It literally is. It's similar. If you guys haven't watched Rugsby, watch Rugsby, okay? And you see how those guys create clutter. Like when you're going against these Beast offensive teams, like if you're going against me, now you got to have a good D line, I'm going to tell you, because I'm comparing you guys to like if you go against a really good blocking team, right? You better have a good D line, or this won't matter. What I'm saying, okay? You got to have at least a good D line that's competitive, that can slow down. You know, if you got a weak D line and you don't focus on that D line, you're gonna get D dominated. Okay, so that's really important.